No accident. Creating individual success is like having a recipe for a great meal. It only works if you know how to use the ingredients. As a best-selling author, entrepreneur, business coach, strategist, and champion, the Lewis Howard Live Show provides you the insider's view on winning. All we do is win, 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 helping you become the best version of yourself. Hey, what day is it? Friday. I just wanted to, first of all, I wish everyone a very good holiday. I'm not in my holiday stuff yet, but I'm working on it. Hope you're not spending too much money. Hope you're not getting stressed out. Hope you're not eating too much. Hope you're not drinking too much. Hope you're not sad too much, right? A lot of things we want to hope for. But this is a season where we open ourselves up a little more. People are a little bit more friendly. You'll interact with more people. And I think the thing that's important is keep a healthy balance and make sure that you are enjoying yourself. Tis the season to enjoy, and I hope that you are doing that. I just want to take a couple minutes to share a thought that came across from one of my mentor teachers these days. I have a few, and this particular pastor was sharing something that I thought was great, and he talks about people, right? Our relationships are not just made of your gift, your talents, your abilities, your skills, and so forth. That's the hard piece of our life, but the soft piece of our life are relationships, because they either add to you, multiply, subtract, or divide you. So they have an impact on you every single day. Even relationships that are long gone can still have an impact on you, right? Parents who raised you are still having an impact on you, right? You've seen the commercial. I believe it's a Geico commercial about not becoming your parents, right? Turning into your parents, and you don't realize that because they are influencing you. So things from our past can influence us. Things from our present can influence, and things that haven't even yet happened can influence us. And it's important that you just don't go through life not being aware and not taking inventory. So I want to just hit on three types of people that it's important to be aware of: recliners, decliners, and incliners. Okay, kind of like a mountain. So these kinds of people are very important for different reasons. Recliners are almost like people who will get you to sort of lay back. Don't try too hard. It's okay if you come in last place. Don't worry about competing. That's a rich man's game, a rich woman's game. They probably got problems anyway. You hear them say they probably stole the money, which is how they get rich, right? So recliners tend to want to just have an okay life, an okay existence. And a recliner is unhappy with someone that is aggressive and pursuing things. So a lot of times you hear from these people in very subtle ways. You need to slow down. You need to pull back. Think you're trying too hard, or whatever the reason is. But if you are a champion and you're called to accomplish a goal, you have to be aware of recliners, because recliners will find the way why it can't be done. Because a lot of times they're looking at their own life and what they didn't get done, and they will look at your life the same way. Parents can be recliners to their children, because if they failed in a certain area and they see a child pursuing that certain area, sometimes their tendency is to discourage the child based on their own experiences. So I never want anybody discouraging me from taking a leap of faith, a risk, an opportunity, a goal, a mission, or assignment because they failed someplace. Just because you failed in a marriage doesn't mean I'm going to fail in a marriage. Just because you failed as a parent doesn't mean I'm going to fail as a parent. Just because you failed or had bad business success doesn't mean I'm going to fail. Two people can work at the same company and have total different results. So just because you didn't make it at the company doesn't mean I'm going to make it. So I have to watch the recliners, people that Sort of, the old recliner chair. You just kind of relax. That's kind of where your life is. It's not going forward. It's not going backwards. It's just kind of relaxing, and that's how some people live their life. They can't wait for retirement, right? They can't wait for Christmas. Up, then they'll be can't work for Valentine's. Up, then they'll be can't wait. They're always just kind of in this motion, but nothing ever really changes. It was 2010, then it was 2015, then it was 2020, and then it's 21, and it'll be 2025. And I go, man, it's 2025, and my life hasn't changed. Those are kind of people. While you love them, you can't let them have the direct impact. Number two is the decliners. Decliners are far more dangerous than recliners because decliners will actually take you a step back. They will actually subtract from you. So declining years, right? Declining in skill set, declining ability. All that says is it's going down. You get older and people tell you you're declining, right? I just had someone tell me, I said, I'm all over it. I am running. And they said, well, you can't run as fast as you used to. I said, yeah, but even me a step slower is quicker than the average bear. They had nothing to say about that. Because you know what they're used to people saying? You're not as quick as you used to. They're used to people saying, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. I had somebody else walk up and say, hey, are you hanging on? I said, man, I'm doing more than hanging on. I'm shaking the trees. Oh, people don't know what to do with that, right? Because they're just used to and programmed to a certain amount of responses. But if you've worked like I have to transform, to live a life that's up, to believe for the best, the last thing I want for is somebody coming and reclining me and declining me, sending me back. Why are you talking about my yesterday when I'm living in my right now? Why are you talking about what I used to do there when I'm doing something totally different? Why don't you try to get on board with what I'm doing now instead of what I was doing in 2020, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 1985? Okay. You're declining me because you're making me live in the past. So a decliner tends to take you down a level from where you are, and it'll tend to make you think more about the past. And if the past was great, that's good. But if the past was not so good, which for many of us it was not, then I don't want to live there. I don't want to be reminded of the things I didn't do. I don't want to be reminded of the things I didn't accomplish. I don't want to be told that I'm too big for my britches, that I'm trying to hang in tall poppy, as the Australians would say. I want to be in my right here and my right now. So a decliner doesn't fit. They're going in a different direction. If I'm launching my career and I'm with somebody at the tail end of their career, how do we match? Two different mindsets. One's taking off, one's getting ready to land. Two planes going in different directions. So you need to be aware of that who is in your life? Is it a recliner? Somebody just trying to get you to live in commonality, mediocre, and just be okay? Is it a decliner? Someone trying to get you to come down from the mountain, come down from your goals, to go backwards, to live in your yesterday, to live in your past, to be a discount version of yourself? Or is it an incliner? Number three is the incliner. The incliner is we're going up. You ever been on a treadmill, right? When you're running on a treadmill, and as soon as you've mastered level 5, it'll say, you want to go up on the incline? Then you keep going up on that incline. And every time you go up on the incline, it gets a little bit more difficult, right? I've been up at an 8, 9, or 10, and man, you are running harder and harder on the incline. Okay. Life is about incline. Life is not about getting to retirement. Life is not about old age. Life is not about the end of the line. Life is about the incline. Once you find the end of one line, you're supposed to find a new line. There's no, I don't know where this thing retirement come from, right? I think it's part of the industrial age. But you should not have to retire with technology and tools. You should be able to do what you do until your days are done. And if you can't figure out if what you're doing now doesn't allow for you to do that, you need to find a new path. If they're telling you you're going to be done in 20 years, you're 40 and you're going to be done in 20 years, you need to retire and collect Social Security, which may or may not be there, you're in the wrong lane, right? A golfer can golf until he's 85, 90, 100 years old. As long as he can get up, swing that club, they can golf, right? There's certain careers you can do forever. There's no end game. Now, I can't be a top athlete at 100. That's not going to work, right? I got a shelf life, and some things do have a shelf life, but there are other things that don't have a shelf life. But if everybody's buying retirement, it doesn't matter if you got a shelf life or not. You've bought the narrative that you're supposed to decline and you're supposed to unwind at 65. And I don't find that anywhere other than politics has scripted that to get a certain group of people out of the workforce so they can get new fresh blood into the workforce. That's all that's for. But we have a new world of technology. And so I can run a business as I'm doing right from my office, from my home, from my car, anywhere. So the labor on my body is not the same as if I was a farmer, if I was having to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go work a field, or if I was a factory worker, which a lot of people were in the 60s, 70s. They were factory workers. They got up at 6 and they got home at 6. You can't do that for 100 years. It's going to wear you out. So stop this thing of retirement. That's a decline. You're looking for business and opportunities and relationships that keep you on the incline. And even let's say your health says you can't work, you can still volunteer, you can still coach. Now you have all these years of wisdom. Why retire that? Why not give that away? Why not start a coaching business where you have 4 or 5 people you're coaching online? You can do something. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the lie. Get on the incline. What can I incline with? What can I get my plane up off the ground with, right? Who am I hanging with? Here's the challenge. If you're hanging with a bunch of retirees, that's all you're going to hear about. If you're hanging with a bunch of people that are not physically sound and in bad shape, that's all you're going to hear about. If you're hanging with addicts and drug users and abusers, that's all you're going to hear about. You will hear what you hang around. When you get around champions, when you get around people like Elon Musk, Paul DeJour had sold a Tila company for $300 million, or Barry Gordon sold Motown for $300 million. These people don't stop. They find something new and new and new. George Clooney starts a tequila company worth, almost $1 billion and haven't even sold 1 million cases. Okay. What does it take to have that mindset? That's not luck. Don't you dare tell me that they were lucky. I don't want to hear that. I always tell people this: the harder I work, the luckier I get. So I'm looking for people that are on the incline. So I may have to change some of the people that I'm hanging around. So take inventory about who your friends are. Take inventory about who is speaking to you. What movie are you watching? Are you watching decline movies, right? Desperate Housewives on the decline? Are you watching Recline movies? Lassie, right? The Last Waltons? What are you watching? What are you watching? The Simpsons? Come on, the same old jokes every week, the same old trashy thing going down. What are you watching? Are you on the incline? Are you about ready to launch something? Are you about ready to take it up to a new level? Then you need the kind of people like a Grant Cardone, a Tim Story, or Casey Treat, Elon Musk. You need people on the move. Okay. You can say a lot of things about Trump, good and bad. The man is always on the incline. Ask anybody that's worked with him. He's on the incline. Can't say that always about our current president. It feels like he's on the decline sometimes. But you got to be on the incline. People will, if they can't control incliners, they like to destroy them. And that's unfortunate. They like you when you're becoming a billionaire and you're becoming a Bill Gates, or you're becoming an Elon Musk. America loves the come up story. But, when Oprah got big, man, it got negative for her. We loved her when she was giving away cars on the show, but all of a sudden she becomes a billionaire, and all of a sudden she's got worldwide influence. She's getting locked out of Tiffany's in France. What happened? All of a sudden now, people want you to go on the decline. So they want you to get up on the incline, but then they want you to lose it all and then start all over again. It's rinse and repeat. It's crazy. But that is a thing. We like to see people fall. I don't know what that's about, but we do. So recliners, they'll keep you okay. And it's good to have recliners in your life sometimes, because sometimes you need a rest, right? I don't want to be around incliners all the time because they go, and never stop, right? So it's good to camp out a little bit and call a recliner kind of a camper, but I can't stay there. And decliners, look, I don't mind being around a decliner if I can bring them up to an incliner. But if they're going to stay a decliner and they want me to decline, we're going to part company. Hey, I love doing this with you. Thank you again. This is another edition of Lewis Howard Live, and I appreciate you being a part of the conversation. We'll see you again on another episode. Every great champion knows that success, overcoming, and winning in life is no accident. Creating individual success is like having a recipe for a great meal. It only works if you know how to use the ingredients. As a best-selling author, entrepreneur, business coach, strategist, and champion, the Lewis Howard Live Show provides you the insider's view on winning. All we do is win, 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 helping you become the best version of yourself.